Welcome to the Haddonfield Horrors podcast, where we discuss all things horror, from one-off movies to franchises, TV series, and even some expanded media. I'm Mark.
I'm Tuan.
I'm Alion.
And today we're finally reviewing the Texas Chain Saw Massacre, released in 1974, directed by Tobe Hooper, and written by Kim Hinckley and Tobe Hooper. Elion, can you give the people the plot summary?
The Texas Chain Saw Massacre follows Sally Hardesty and her friends as they travel through rural Texas to check on their grandfather's grave after reports of grave robbing surface in the area. During their trip, the group encounters a strange hitchhiker and eventually stumbles upon an isolated farmhouse inhabited by a family of cannibalistic killers. One by one, the friends fall victim to the murderous clan led by the chainsaw-wielding Leatherface, leaving Sally in a desperate fight for survival.
But before we get into our movie this week, we got a couple Haddonfield headlines to present you all. First up on the docket today, at the time of this recording, we got our first trailer for the movie Other Mommy, which is a film starring Jessica Chastain playing dual roles as a demonic figure and the mother of her child who is seeing her as this demonic figure, and her and her family are trying to ward it off, and shenanigans ensue. But it looks pretty good.
Who's doing this movie?
Huh?
Who's doing this movie?
Let me inform you on that.
Because it sounds
Yeah,
like it's going to be a good movie.
Mark was aggressive with that one. Hold on.
Because it sounds like a good movie, but depending on who's doing it, it's going to piss me off.
So the director of the movie is Rob Savage. His previous films include Host,
Bullshit.
Dashcam,
Bullshit.
The Boogeyman.
Bullshit. See, this is going to piss me off. Ugh. The trailer looked so good.
Actually, did not
But
mind
watching the
that Boogeyman movie.
trailer, no, stop it.
No, I'm not
That
lying to you.
trailer, that trailer looked really good, and I was watching it, and I was like, I can see this movie making me mad. I can see this movie looking good in the trailer, but pissing me off when it's finally time to watch it. Cause like Host, Dash Cam,
But you just said you liked the trailer though, so
a good trailer don't mean shit. I liked the Suicide Squad trailer, and that movie was ass.
I kind of liked it. I think it might be decent. The source material that it's pulling from, I mean, it's not like he's a writer or anything. He's a director. Story, all that can still be good. We got Jessica Chastain lead role. Mark doesn't like her for some reason, but I like Jessica
I like
Chastain.
Jessica, I just always get her confused with Bryce. But Bryce got the better filmography outside of like a movie or two.
What are you talking about?
Bryce got better movies than Jessica Chastain. Don't do that.
Like what movies?
She got a few.
Bryce Dallas Howard is in those trash ass Jurassic World movies. That knocks her down like 20 points.
The Help.
Didn't Jessica Chastain also in there?
They was both in that movie. Oh, that
Exactly.
pisses me off.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Look at you. Come on, I'm listening.
Next question, Tamika.
Shut the fuck up.
She a talented nepo baby. That's all we need to know.
The movie Other Mommy is based on the novel Incidents Around the House of the same premise. So if you all are interested in what this movie could possibly end up being, would definitely recommend checking out that book. I've heard good things about it even before because it came out like a couple years ago at this point. And people like in the horror community said it's like a really good book, and it got picked up like very quickly after releasing. So I believe might be a good one to look out for. The movie though, releases, because I just had it up. Other mommy releases October 9th, 2026. Moving on, though. Sony will be making a new adaptation of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, starring Sydney Sweeney for some reason.
It's Sony. That's the reason.
And this movie will be directed by Lindsay Anderson Beer, who, oh no, written. This movie is written by Lindsay Anderson Beer, who wrote Pet Cemetery Bloodlines.
For a second, I thought you were going to say Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah,
Girl,
Lindsay Lohan cares about Sleepy Hollow. Let's be for real.
She was sleepy on something.
But yeah, this movie will have Sydney Sweeney as playing Katrina Van Tassel, the character that was played by Christina Ricci in Tim Burton's adaptation of Sleepy Hollow that was starring Johnny Depp. And this version of the movie, just titled Hollow, will release in fall of 2027. I
you gonna watch it? You gonna think it's a good movie?
no, like I can't take Sydney Sweeney seriously in this time period because, like, she just has a modern
What do you
face.
mean? What do you mean she has a good game?
She has a modern face. Like
She
if
does.
I see Sydney Sweeney in the Sleepy Hollow time period, I'm gonna be like, like she looks like she knows what an iPad is. Like,
You know what was a big insult that I heard lately? Someone
is it
told
related?
me, yeah. Someone said, could you kid me remind me of Renee Rapp? And I'm like, don't ever disrespect Renee Rapp.
Wait, what?
I don't think I ever see. I don't think I've seen Renee Rapp like in anything actually.
She was in the Mean Girls musical. She played Regina.
I
Like,
I didn't see
oh,
that.
oh.
See
Yeah,
that.
I didn't watch
Come
that
on,
either. I just seen her online.
no, my friend was saying that Sydney Sweeney looks like Renee Rapp, and I'm like, don't ever disrespect Renee Rapp.
I mean, I can
I
see it
mean,
actually. They
I
do.
can't see it though. Like I can't see it though. Like it's not like one to one, but
It's
like I
not, bro.
can see it.
But I've never been a fan of the legend of Sleepy Hollow, like in any iteration. It's never been something that like interests me. I mean, I've seen a Johnny Depp movie and it's okay, but I've overall I don't care about the Sleepy Hollow.
I'm gonna be
I could do
serious.
without.
I'm gonna be sincere with
Yo,
you guys. I don't even know what Sleepy Hollow is. When I think about Sleepy Hollow, I'm being so serious with you. I think about Sleeping Beauty, so I didn't even know Sleepy Hollow was its own thing. I'm not joking. This is not even a joke. I genuinely thought Sleepy Hollow was like an adaptation to like Sleeping Beauty or Snow White.
oh, I believe you. It's just funny. I think the last thing I seen of Sleepy Hollow was that TV show they used to have with Nicole Bahari, and that's the only reason I watched it because I like Nicole Bahari. But
Listen, how many times you gonna tell the story about this man with his missing head that's a fucking pumpkin on a horse? Like, what else is going on?
and the Tim Burton one was enough. Not saying it was bad, but I mean, that's the way Tim Burton did it was is probably the best way that we go see it done.
I
Like
agree
that.
with you. I agree with Nick. I don't think we need this. I'm like, of all the properties and all of the IPs, I don't think this is the one we needed to be bringing back. I'm so sorry. We could have
Yeah.
kept this in the drafts.
So yeah, we will have a new Sleepy Hollow adaptation fall of next year, starring Sydney Sweeney, who also at that time be starring in the sequel to The Housemaid, which I probably will watch because I did like The Housemaid. But in relation to our movie today, in our last headline, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie is being reimagined with the hand drawn animated version. So, entertainment are
Maybe not new.
huh?
I was saying,
Oh,
do we really need like a cartoon version of this though?
wait, I didn't hear. You sound muffled.
She said, "Do we really need a cartoon version of this, though?"
I mean, no. Do we need anything? No, not really. But I mean, I'm not. I wouldn't mind what they're saying here because it's fully hand drawn, and then also using rotoscoping. So I feel like it could look cool.
Wait, they rotoscoping?
Yeah,
Oh, my old ass love a
What's that?
rotoscope.
it's
Girl.
like when they draw over like the real footage, kind of,
Uh-huh.
and they hand draw it. It looks good, and they have
Okay.
also vehemently denied like they will be like this will have no AI or whatever like involved in it.
Oh,
It's going to
that's
be
no.
fully created by artists.
Then it's
Um,
gonna have AI.
no, but yes, you all. Um, yeah, we will be getting a like hand drawn, reimagined version of Texas Chain Saw Massacre. I don't think. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be like a. Oh, not no. It's not going to be like anything different. I'm pretty sure it's going to be all basically like the exact same movie, just in different format. I don't know. We don't know if they're going to be like re-recording like voices or they're going to be using the original soundtrack. I don't see that here. I do think they're going to be using the same score and all that, but I'm interested to see what comes out of this. I feel like it could be just something fun here, as it will be there will be like a new. I think there's going to be a preview of it uh, when they show like the 4K restoration of the original movie later this year. Well, no, not even later this year. Later this month, August 8th. No, next month. Sorry, August 18th. They'll be showing a 4K restoration of the first movie. But that is all I have for you guys regarding our Haddonfield headlines, and I will kick it back to Mark.
Well, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's gonna be our summer franchise retrospective. There are a total of
50,000.
there are a total of 9 of these movies. The first coming out in 1974. This is actually um Texas Chainsaw predates Halloween, Freddy, Jason, but somehow it always kind of gets like left behind a bit. Like they don't really talk about it in the same like level they talk about the others. And I think because okay, what makes this one different is like the family aspect. Like it's not just Leatherface alone. And I like the name. I like how everyone has like their own function and their own distinct personality, and now kind of just like work together. And this is actually one of my favorite horror movies. Like I enjoy this one. Do I enjoy the other ones? We'll see. But overall, I like this movie. What about you, Tuan?
This is my first time like fully watching this movie. Like I have, of course, always known about this franchise, heard about it, all that stuff, but I never really sat down and watched the original. As we spoke before, me and Mark about this franchise, I've really only seen kind of like each the like reiterations, remakes, whatever. Like I saw the '03 version, um, the like Texas Chainsaw 3D that had Trey songs in it for some reason, and then the most recent one that came out like a couple years ago on Netflix, which that was terrible. I never actually seen this one though, and upon watching, not what I expected. Um, I was thinking because of what we got later on with these movies. I was thinking like it being just straight up slasher type vibes, which I could see how where we go from this to like where we are now, especially considering what audiences like. But this one wasn't really. It wasn't really like a slasher thing, like off rip. It was more so. I mean, if we want to give it a buck, they was breaking into their house like Sally and Co. They was breaking. They broke into Leatherface in them crib.
Honestly,
Yeah,
And that's Texas. It's stand your ground laws in Texas. So, I think they was justified.
Yeah, like they was breaking in. They broke into their house. I mean, I'm not saying they didn't have a good reason for needing to get in there, because I mean they needed some. They needed like to see possibly getting some gas or whatever. But I mean, shit, it was giving home invasion. No, let me stop. But I think I just wasn't expecting it to go the way it did. Like I'm thinking, Leatherface is, like what we know about the character of Leatherface. I'm thinking he's just going on like this tirade or whatever. But as like Mark mentioned, it's more like a family thing, and they encounter multiple members of the family before they even got to that point with the hitchhiker. Then we have the gas station clerk, and eventually like we reach final boss, which is basically Leatherface. And it's a little more atmospheric than I was also expecting. Like a lot of really good atmosphere going on here. They like sell that really well. Um, and I feel like they also did really good with the environments, especially like the inside of the house, and like making us feel like this family is, just off, like off. And um this is their like normal, like having the seat, like having the arm rest on the chair be like someone's actual arms, like what Sally was sitting in. Like they did really good with like some production design elements and stuff like that. So I think I just found um it to be a little more than I initially thought coming into it.
Elian?
This is the first time I've actually seen this. I've seen clips of the original. I think I was like 6 years old when I saw Texas Chain Saw Massacre. I'm not sure what clip it was. I just know I've never seen this one. It's the first time I've seen it. Honestly, I really enjoyed this film. Um, I'm kind of piggybacking what Twan said in a sense, but it wasn't in the case where it's like it wasn't it wasn't supposed to scare. Well, it was supposed to scare me, but I'm saying like I know this sounds off. I felt this more realistically than any of the horror movies that we've ever gotten, because it's not relying on a lot of special effects or like like those sound effects for horror film. It honestly is. It's kind of like one of those quiet films that make, I don't know, for me that makes it scarier. Um, the atmosphere was good. They did a really good job with casting. I don't know who it was. I don't know who the actor's name. She did her job so good. I was like, oh my god. Film wise, I as a first time watcher, it was something very unique. It was something interesting. I'm not used to it, and because I'm so used to jump scares, or I'm used to like some kind of like psychological horror. This one felt more like with like an action horror more than anything. Which, but in a good way, not in like I'm saying it in a bad. Okay.
Yeah, I like this movie. I think if you've only seen like all of those later movies from like the 2003 remake all the way till the um the latest like Netflix movie, you would probably definitely have a different opinion about what you think this first movie is. Because just off the bat, every movie is different from the last. They all have a different tone. They all have a different Leatherface, and the family is very inconsistent across the board. So the characters that we meet and how we meet them and how they act in this movie, they'll be completely different every time you see them. So I think because of all of that, everyone has like a different idea about like the origins of Leatherface. So when you watch this movie, it's like, oh, that's not who I saw in the other movies. But this is still a good movie. And let's talk about some of those good scenes and bad scenes and the ones we're kind of indifferent on. And to start off, the whole scene with the hitchhiker at the beginning.
Hitchhiker? Should we pick him up? Oh, yeah, man. Pick him up. He'll asphyxiate out there.
What does he look like?
Well, the son of a bitch is gonna smell just like the slaughterhouse.
I
Oh,
get
give
that
the
it's the
guy a break. He was hit
70s
by Franklin.
and hitchhiking
What
was
do you
like
want to
the
do?
normal thing to do. Everyone
Which
did
is
it.
still
You just,
crazy.
I mean, still, I mean, listen, y'all just stick y'all finger out on the side of the road and get into
It's
strangers' cars,
it's so scary thinking that this was a common practice, though.
but y'all have the nerve to be like to complain about what the kids do now. Excuse me,
Let them know, girl.
y'all. The kids are just on the internet talking to anybody. Lady, you were on the middle of the highway with your finger out, get into a strange person's car.
Doing some
This
modeling,
is
most likely.
this is why serial killing was at the all-time high in the 70s. Because what are you talking about right now? And that man, the hitchhiker looked like he was high. He looked like he looked suspicious. I would have not pulled over. But then again, I'm talking from a modern lens. Would I have pulled over if I was in the car with them? I have no idea. But the moment he started to cut himself, I was like, get him out the car.
Oh, come on.
Oh, what are you doing to yourself?
No, that's why I'm like, okay, why are we not getting him out now? Like, why we waiting for escalation? This is escalation.
Oh my god! Can I
When you
can I be
kick
so
him,
sincere?
yeah.
When I was looking at this, I thought, like you just said, every Chainsaw Massacre was like different. So I was like, so there were some like in the beginning scenes, especially the scene. I was like, is he doing like some kind of ritual? Especially when he was doing that with Franklin's picture and the whole thing. I was like, is this a ritual? Is this like
No,
what is
that
it?
man was on that. He was from Vietnam. He was shell shocked. He was on that stuff, and he needed to get kicked out the car.
Mhm.
And I had to say, my favorite kill because it kind of just happens, and it's like no real like tense buildup, and that's when the first guy gets killed, when he just like trips, and then Leatherface just comes out and smack him upside the head with the mallet.
Hello?
Like it low key just comes out of nowhere. It was so anticlimactic. There's like no buildup. It just happened. And I can't decide if I like that or not.
I kind of like that though. I like that a lot actually.
I'm
That
I'm
actually
in the
scared me.
I'm in the middle because like Elion said, there was like no music cue telling you that like something's about to happen. It just like it happened.
Those are
Like
like some of the best ones though.
I know, but for that first, I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not. I'm 50-50. But it is a good scene though.
It's a really good scene, but I don't know. I also wanted to bring this up. It was very fast paced. Like the whole
Hmm.
beginning, I was like, oh, all in one, huh?
Like once we get to the house, it just everything it's on go the entire time. I do like
Yeah.
that. And speaking of
And
the house, my go ahead.
no, I was gonna say I will say though, like yeah, with the scene when he did get killed by Leatherface the first one. I like when there wasn't like a sound cue there. I'm not gonna lie, I thought like it was. I thought my copy was weird. I looked up the scene online just to be sure. So like I was expecting a sound cue just due to like what I'm used to, but the fact there wasn't one there, I don't know. It kind of hit a little more, and I think that's why I liked it.
It's the dinner scene because that was too much. That was a lot going on in that dinner scene. Every single character is everyone's doing something, and it
Mhm.
was so hard for me to focus, but like in a good way. And then I have to listen when they put her finger in Grandpa's mouth. I always forget, but that man isn't dead. That's not a corpse. Grandpa's actually alive. So when he started sucking on her finger, I was unprepared.
I was so
Oh, that's the
confused.
scary shit.
I was
That's
so
scary.
confused. They was like,
Was-
"Grandpa," I thought they was carrying around a corpse, and then he started to
Me
move, and I was like, "Hold
too.
on."
I was
Yes.
like, I'm like, wait a minute. You're alive. I always forget that he's
I'm like,
alive.
why this thing dancing?
Oh my god, but that whole dinner
So,
scene before you continue, I was just
mhm.
getting really annoyed by it too.
And also the her escape, that last battle, like I okay, I do like that there are no like the music cues aren't there. Just like the ending just happens. And also, what the hell to the truck driver? His big ass was just running down the street at the end. Like, what the fuck is going on with him? We see old girl laughing to safety, and then he just still running. Like, sir, why don't you get back into the car and, and drive away, please? What about you guys? What are any scenes that stood out for you guys? Good, bad, or indifferent?
And I see the scene that made me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
It was her chase scene. It just kept going on and on. And I was like, when is it going to stop? I swear, it felt like it was going on for a good 5 to 10 minutes. I was like, girl, how are you still running? Girl, she made me motivated to go to the gym more often for cardio.
And then she jumped out the
Uh,
window.
Twice, by the way. Twice. Which always cracks me up. Um, because it reminds me of the whole like Friday the 13th video game where you can just jump out the window. Um, a satisfying scene for me was
Sally, I hear something. Stop. Stop.
he was such an annoying character. It was so infuriating hearing him talking over and over again. And I'm like, can you shut up, honestly? And when his death came up, that was the only time I squealed was when they showed Leatherface about to kill him. That's the first time I screamed. But I was so satisfied with his death.
Now, Tawan, speaking of Franklin death, I remember, especially because I was just doing like the past, like listen through for all the episodes to get our cash and pass. I remember you dying laughing when it came to that. Was it Friday the
Friday
13th? I carried a wheelchair.
Look, that was
this
funnier.
this is what inspired that scene, actually.
That's actually hilarious.
Yes, this is what inspired that. I was so happy when they got Franklin, and I'm just like, you're in a wheelchair. I'm guessing you lost this during the war or something. I'm like, are we supposed to like? I don't know. I guess I'm used to like the character in the wheelchair either be the chill character or the funny character. But I'm like, bro, I don't like you. You're
No,
annoying.
he was being
He was being an ass. So when he got it, I was like, oh my god, yes. So fucking sick of Franklin. He was
no,
being
but
an
I wasn't
asshole all the way to the
expecting.
end.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to get it like that. Like he was like Leatherface. I kept that fucking chainsaw him for a couple seconds.
Insane.
He was in there for a while.
I don't know the guy's name. I forgot which one it was. It's when he was trying to search for the two couple, and when he went inside the Leatherface's like kitchen and everything. It was the scream that caught me off guard because I was like that was gayer than me. But scenes that I really liked. It's no, because we already talked about it. I like no, I'm not gonna repeat it. It's just more like I thought Grandpa was dead this whole time. Um, I think the scene that I quite enjoyed the most is when she realized that the guy that she thought was gonna help her was actually related to those two. And another thing that I really liked is when that guy, the weird brother, he was just when he got run over by the truck. I was like, thank God. But I was cracking up more on the fact that the truck driver had no emotion when Leatherface was right behind him. He was just like, I need to get out of here.
No, that's what that's what kind of that scene got kind of got me because when the truck driver pulled over and he let Sally in his car, and then got out on the other side. Like, I feel like there's a couple things that could happen here. Like, I feel like Sally could have got in and immediately started driving that bitch. Like, it don't even matter if you know how to drive a semi, girl. Just push that motherfucking pedal and
My,
go.
but
Like,
my thing also, hold on. My favorite part was that she left without him. She left. She
she
got into
did.
the back of that car and left that man. Well,
I
he had
mean,
a
he
whole
wasn't running
tantrum.
to the car, but like she was driving. What the fuck? I'm not waiting for him either. Like, I'm sorry, it's a skill issue, and I couldn't do anything about it. But that scene, like, I don't know why that was funny to me. I'm like, okay, wait, so okay, cool. Like, he let her in the car. He about to drive off with Sally. But I know I had seen that. I had seen the ending scene of her, like, in the back of the pickup truck, like, with her, like, laughing or basically, um, about losing it in the back of that pickup truck. So I was like, wait, this isn't how it ends. So, like, wait, what does this guy play a role? And I see her get out the other side with them. And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, y'all are confusing me right now. Um, so yeah, that was pretty funny. Also, the ending scene where we see her kind of like she's is her reaction like is great. Like that laugh is like giving truly and utterly completely broken at just what she just experienced, but also like gleeful at the same time that she's out of it. Like that was just like such a pure reaction from her actor. I love that. That was really good. Um, also, like, is not this word is not funny, but it is when Leatherface was helping the the granddad to hit her in the back of the head. Like,
So unserious.
it was so insane. Like that shit. I don't know what that shit was. It's not funny,
Because
but it
grandpa's the
was.
best at killing.
I don't know why that got me. That one got me. Also, when the first time when Sally like ran into the house and like she was running downstairs, and Leatherface ran back up, and she had no hesitation about jumping out that damn window. I was like, you know what, this my type of bitch right here. Like she had no hesitation about jumping out that window to save herself. Like she immediately, as soon as Leatherface was behind her, she was out and then jumped out the second window to get out the second time. Like old girl was where she was out. So I do fucks with her for that. She do lose a point though because I was telling Mark because I was watching it when she was at the gas station and she got that knife knocked out of her hand with the broom.
Nobody's gonna hurt you.
Like
That was a good swing.
She was
He had a
so
good swing
irritating. I'm
behind
like,
it.
that swing
that
was
little ass
nothing.
broom
That
had
was
like three
bad.
bristles on it. He didn't even hit her hard.
You know,
Like I need her to lock in. She was locked in.
all
I
I
need
heard
her to
was,
lock in.
that was it. My girl was being attacked by the end of a bird.
That
At
was
most,
pretty
she
funny
got
though.
oh.
But yeah, those those were the scenes for me. But that part that got me there. I was like, you know what, this little broom then is what took you out.
The movie
That
was
was funny.
surprisingly very funny. Like the whole, I understand like the whole concept is like supposed to be it's a horror film, but it's just the actions in this film that makes it hilarious.
Yeah, the physical acting on some parts were pretty funny. I mean, I won't lie.
Sis was screaming like rent was due 2 weeks ago. She did a great job.
Well, with that, let's move on over to our character section. And we're going to start with Franklin, Sally's brother, the annoying brother. I didn't like this character. And I don't know if that was the point, you know? and I kind of felt bad because I didn't like him, but he was so annoying, so irritating, bossy the entire movie. So when he was about to get, I was like, oh my god, thank God, please let's get this over with. I could not deal with him anymore. What about y'all?
He was annoying. Like when the hitchhiker came in, I think the hitchhiker may have knew he had a bad aura, and that's why he cut him. Maybe he knew something we didn't at the time, and he was like, you know what? I think this guy's aura is bad, and that's why he deserves to get cut. Because I mean, the rest of the movie, Franklin was just he was just on one, and I was watching, um, some behind the scenes stuff like interviews and whatnot, and he was apparently in character the whole time, like the actor. I know that set was annoying as fuck with him there. Like I hate when it's always crazy when like not even saying like he's the villain, but like when the most annoying character of a movie wants to be the actor wants to be the method actor of everyone, and now it's everybody's problem. I'm sure he was annoying as fuck.
Yep.
Um, if so, yeah, like once he got it, when Leatherface let that motherfucking chainsaw ring into him, I was with it. And I was like, you know what? Maybe the hitchhiker, he has some points.
I was just happy that his demise was couldn't run. He couldn't wheel himself away. And oh my god, but yes, his death was very satisfying to me. His character, like what you said, I don't know if he was supposed to be an annoying character. Um, Another thing I don't know is like if he had special needs. Like I said, I wasn't really paying attention too much on like their character. I don't know if they went into depth with them, but it was just like having no knowledge of it makes it more. It makes it better just because we can be like, okay, you genuinely are just an annoying character. um, I didn't understand why he was so controlling or bossy with everybody. I'm like, nobody wanted you there. Because remember when it was just him and Sally, and they were having that one moment where saying like, "You didn't want me here, did you?" Or like XYZ. I'm like, why did you come anyway?
Speaking of Sally, let's move on over to Sally, our final girl. She fought the good fight. You know, she was trying everything that she possibly could to get them let her go. She was like, "Listen, if all three of y'all gotta take me down, let's do this. If I gotta sleep with everybody up in here, including Grandpa, to get y'all to let me go, I'm gonna do that." Like she was like, I gotta do what I gotta do to get up out of here, and I support her in that.
I just felt like
And like my girl went through it because you could tell that she was she was being driven away and behind that truck. That my girl fucked up for life. She ain't never gonna be the same. Mm. What about y'all?
she's a runner, she's a track star. She was just running, girl. And the girl was on a track team. That's all I can remember of her.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah,
what else
yeah,
to say.
she was in there.
She was
She
just
was
running.
she was in there, and I applaud her. It's like she, aside from her getting hit with a little broomstick and getting her knife knocked out of her hand, she did lose some points for me.
Girl,
But I was
letting the broom let that go.
like, Mark, be for real. Like, come on now, she got the jump. She could have did something else, but either way, she did her big one. As far as Final Girls go, I mean, she basically is the original Final Girl. Like she was the OG. She put out without her, like where would Sydney be? In Scream 7 still, but that was she. Sally did good. She did good for what she needed to do. Like every opportunity that she took to get away, she took it, and she was out there. She was running. She was fighting back. She did what she had to do, and I applaud her. She got away. Um, there wasn't much really in the way of like nuance for like her. Like, frankly, honestly, some of the other characters as well, just because of how quick the movie was. Like, I'm pretty, like this movie was like sub 90 minutes. I want to say. Um, so it wasn't like we got a lot based on the like what she was thinking and stuff like that. So I don't really have much to say on that realm of things and like dissecting this character that much. But for what we were presented, like she's a fighter and she was willing to do what she had to do to make sure that she was safe and out of harm's way. And that's all I want out of a final girl. Like sometimes you don't really need all the extra to go with it. Like she did what she was presented here to be like be in a situation and get out of it.
My girl was definitely screaming because the way she kept screaming for all that time, I'm like, girl, I applaud you. Cause holy shit.
What were y'all thoughts on the overall Sawyer family? That is the hitchhiker, the cook, grandpa. They were an interesting bunch.
Uh,
Um I always forget that the cook is the brother and not the dad. Cause I always remember it being the cook, the dad, and then grandpa is grandpa, and then you got the two boys. But it's three brothers and a daddy, and they up there eating people. Crazy family.
the Sawyer family itself was an interesting was very interesting. More of the fact that they all basically revolved around the older brother
Hmm.
because it's obviously Leatherface can't do shit outside. Um, the other one is just weird. Nobody likes him, and that's much I could say. What was really interesting about it was what was very interesting about like the Soy family. Give me a second. What was very interesting about this whole family dynamic was just more of the fact that it was even though the film was about them, it wasn't fully revolve around her. You know what I mean? It's like it wasn't so heavily pressured on them until like the end of the film. Like it really had its moments little by little, but you don't even realize that they're a family until like the end, which makes it more appealing about their family dynamic.
Well, what's everyone's thoughts on Leatherface himself? What were your first impressions of this Leatherface? And again, I want to stress the Leatherface that we see here is not the Leatherface that we get in further movies. So I don't want us to get attached to this version of Leatherface. But I will say there's one part that I in this movie that I always forget about because it's explored more and it's more of a plot point in a later film. But that's where he puts the wig on. I
Hmm?
always forget that he does that. You don't see the scene when he has the wig on, the blonde wig on?
Yeah.
That
Who was
that's
that?
more that's Leatherface. He's had a
No, no,
wig.
no. Oh, okay. I thought there was a character for whoever the person was.
No, no, he's had a wig on. That him wearing that wig is explored a lot more in a future movie.
Oh,
It's like,
okay.
oh, it's a whole plot point. So I always forget, but that starts here because honestly, him wearing that wig is so out of place in this movie because you don't
And
really see it coming. It just happens in that scene. It's like, oh, are we gonna talk about this? Like, is this just happened? We just gonna breeze past this? He been killing people and not being able to communicate, but now he just wearing this wig. So what are you doing? So what are y'all thoughts on Leatherface?
give me 1 second.
Leatherface was definitely different than what I was thinking. As I said again, like like based on the ones that I saw previously, like at the Leatherface that feel we get in those iterations is more of the slasher variety, like of a modern kind of slasher, like like just big, mean as hell, like slicing up everything and kind of like on a warpath to take anyone out. Now it could kind of be the same, set the same for this as well, but I mean, considering from what we see in this movie, Leatherface woke up in the morning and saw somebody in his house. It was like and bashed his ass in the head. Now, did he have
That was
to kill him? You know, who knows? But like that, like that's what we got in this like movie, this iteration though, and it seemed like he was protecting his crib up until we was either chasing around Sally and stuff, and that's where it gets dicey and everything, and it was kind of giving me um, it was reminding me of. Now, obviously, this is a movie that came like way later, but it was kind of reminding me of House of Wax. How the brother was controlling him as the killer, and that
hmm
one. It was kind of giving me like that type of vibes that he didn't really want to, but the brother, like in this instance, like the family were like they had not like power. I guess you say like power over him, but not like physical power, more so like mental power, like over him and tell him what to do, and that's kind of where I got from it. Like Leatherface was just doing this because the family said so, and not saying maybe he didn't want to, but that's where I got. Well, I don't know. It was kind of like you kind of see what I meant there, like though, Mark, with the House of Wax.
yeah, I do. I get you. That movie also was inspired by Texas Chainsaw.
I could see that. Definitely could see that. Yeah, that's kind of why I was with it. I didn't think of any. I'm not gonna say like any wrongdoings because obviously kill people, but it wasn't giving malice immediately. I don't know. That's the best way I could put it. Like it wasn't giving like a Freddy or a Jason or whatever out of like like immediate malice. Like initially, it was given kind of these people are in my house. Like, what are you doing? And I'm gonna stand my ground. But once we see the like dinner scene with the family and stuff, it kind of brings it into a little more perspective.
And with that, Tawan, can you give us the behind the scenes info and fact?
That I can. So, Texas Chainsaw Massacre had a budget of $140,000, brought in a box office of 30 million worldwide, but eventually earning significantly more through re-releases and home media. The film was loosely inspired by the crimes of Ed Gein, though the actual story is fictional. The cast and crew filmed through brutal Texas summer heat with temperatures reportedly exceeding 100 degrees Fahrenheit inside the house set. The dinner scene took over 24 hours to film and became infamous for the miserable conditions endured by the cast. Despite the title and reputation, very little blood is actually shown on screen, as they initially wanted to get a PG rating for this film at the time. And when they were initially served an X rating, they went back so that they can get an R rating. Many audiences in 1974 believed they were watching a true story because of the film's opening narration, documentary style. That's so funny. And another fun fact is Texas Chainsaw finally got its own game in 2023. It is an asymmetrical multiplayer game where you can play as victims trying to escape as members of the Sawyer family hunt them down. The game acts as a prequel to the original movie and was developed with input from the original co-writer Kim Hinkle to keep it faithful to the 1974 classic. All that to say, it's another Dead by Daylight. Some critics' reactions: the movie sits at a 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. The Rotten Tomatoes consensus states, thanks in part to its intelligent script and documentary-style camera work, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre achieves its classic of low-budget horror. Critic Roger Ebert praised the film's craftsmanship and intensity, even while acknowledging how relentlessly disturbing it was. Variety described the film as an incredibly effective horror experience despite its minimal budget, and many modern critics credit the film with helping define the slasher genre and influencing decades of horror filmmakers that followed. Some fan reactions. Many horror fans consider it one of the scariest movies ever made. The dinner scene is regularly cited as one of the most stressful and uncomfortable sequences in horror history. Fans often point out that the movie feels gorier than it actually is because of its editing and sound design, and Leatherface has become one of horror's most iconic villains despite relatively limited screen time compared to later slashers. But enough of them. What about us? Do we cash or pass? Mark?
I cash. I like this movie. It's it takes you off guard. And when you're talking about the how some people thought this movie was real, that's actually as someone who doesn't like found footage movie, I feel like this would have been a perfect found footage style movie if they were like thinking about doing something like that back in the day. I feel like this would have fit that mode perfectly. But overall, this is a good movie. It's a good, gritty movie. It reminds me of what movie's called. What is the movie called? It's the Wes Craven movie. Fuck.
I know what you're
Angels
talking
Have
about.
Eyes?
No, 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 no. It's it reminds me of 1972's The Last House on the Left, but this one is way more watchable because it doesn't have all the sexual assaulting going on. So I like the dirty horror film style. So this is a cash me. What about you guys?
I will also be giving cash. I wasn't expecting what we got here. Um, like the movie and like style is shot in it's very good, very atmospheric. In some ways, some really good shots going on here. Like even though we're just staring at like her butt while she walks up, but that shot of Pam getting off like the swing at the front of the house, like walking towards the house, like that was a really good shot. Um, and some others throughout the movie as well. Of course, the ending as well with Sally. So there were some really good shots throughout here. Um, I do like that it is kind of a quick watch. I feel as though any longer and it wouldn't have really worked for what we got here. I think how like the pacing of what we got worked really well for the movie. Um, and I was kind of glad that it wasn't just immediately like straight up kind of like slasher vibes. It was more so these people went into someone's house and shit started happening after that point. It wasn't immediately Leatherface like hunting them down to kill them. They just stepped into the wrong spot. Um, and with that though, yeah, I would give it a cash.
Elian?
I'll also cash. Just it was very see, it was very different in horror that I was more expecting. Like I said, I was expecting more like it was more dramatic, more sound, like sound cues, more all like the horror themes that we have now. So this was honestly, it was really enjoyable. Like I didn't have this weird anticipation anymore. Like I actually got scared when I needed to be scared without having this weird suspense towards it. The film itself, I genuinely thought this was about Ed Gein, like the whole thing, like this is what he did, like everything about the family, all the stuff. Until you actually looked into it, but uh, the film enough wasn't scary, which I actually did like about it. Like I understand it's a horror film, but it made it into a point where it was like it was just more enjoyable to watch without that nerving feeling that nerving feeling that you have to like anticipate. So that's what makes this film very enjoyable. Side cash.
And there we have it out the gate. A cash, cash, cash. A good start to this franchise. Neither of you have seen Texas Chain Saw Massacre 2, correct?
No, ma'am.
Well, I'm excited to talk to you guys about it next week because it is. You guys aren't ready, and we're gonna have a lot to talk about. But that's for next week. Until then, good night.
If you like this episode, please be sure to check out some from the Haddonfield Horror Cemetery, where we've covered big franchises such as Friday the 13th, Halloween, and Saw, or one-off reviews like The Blackening or Hereditary. You can follow Haddonfield Horrors on Instagram and TikTok, where the host posts updates and mini reviews. Full episodes are available on several podcasting platforms, including Spotify, as well as YouTube. If you're listening to us on YouTube, please be sure to like and subscribe. The Haddonfield Horrors podcast is produced by Mark Smart, Tawan Griffin, and Elian Cordova, themed by Lethal Injection, and edited by Mark Smart.
The Haddonfield Horror Podcast is a Letter to Media production.
Should we do an intro?